All right, so we got some headlights on this car now. I only have the bulb for this side. So for the passenger side, no bulb in this one because that one actually got destroyed from the accident. So we just have one bulb for now. I gotta go get another one pretty soon. And as well, I discovered that this car wasn't getting full lock throughout the entire event. So we weren't getting full lock, which explains why it kind of felt like it wasn't, but I wasn't sure because it was still more angled than stock. And since the car is so low, it's actually, the tie rod is actually, it's hard to see, but the inner tie rod actually hits the subframe when you turn because the car is so low. And again, that's because of the angle kit lowering the car and me having factory struts instead of coilovers. So right now I'm about to put another spacer on there. I do need to upgrade the wheels to a lower offset wheel, so we have the wheel clearance, but we're going to do that for now. I tested out the other day, but I didn't run it like that because I had the bumper on here and it was actually hitting the bumper, and I didn't have the headlights on here because they were gone, of course. So I do know that when you add spacers, instead of the wheel pivoting, instead of it pivoting on the axis of rotation, it kind of sweeps because you're extending it out versus extending the actual pivot point out. So I do know it's going to hit like right in here on this, and I do want to keep this because I do have a plan on running this to the rear tires and being able to, you know, spray the rear tires with the little, what do you call those things, the little arms behind the steering wheel. But for now we're going to see what we can do, get a little bit more angle out of it. So we just got to jack the car up and see if we get a little bit more. I'll show y'all the before though. We got the car in the air, so that's kind of what it's looking like now. Let's see if we get the turn. So you can see the steering wheel, this is pointed this way. By the time you reach full lock, it should be turned the other way or turned down. So that's how I know I'm not reaching full lock. Which this isn't bad at all. Don't get me wrong, this is not bad at all, but it does rub the control arm right there. But even that's really good. But of course we want all of it. So this trail wheel, not too bad. Like I said, once I add the spacer, it's gonna be like right on there. Really need some different offset wheels. But I think even if you was running like FDF or something like that, you have to remove this anyway. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, everything looks pretty good, pretty solid for the most part. I do check these nuts many times because they can come loose if you don't have them tight enough. And again, we need to upgrade from these springs to some coilovers so we can actually have the right ride height. Alright, so I got everything squared away for the most part. So we have I don't know if you can see it, but we have a 1.5 inch spacer there plus an 1 inch spacer. Now I know it's not the right way to go about it, but I'm just trying to get a little bit more angle, or wheel clearance I should really say. And until I can get, you know, some more wheels, unfortunately since I'm running so much caster, I will have to end up cutting the bumper whenever I put the bumper back on there. But you know, just drifting things. Now if I had the right offset wheels, we wouldn't have none of these problems, but well, gotta do what you gotta do. And I just noticed my car has been T-boned in the front right here, and I didn't really know that it actually left a crease right here in this structural piece that goes behind the fender. Oh well, it is what it is. And I also discovered that we do have some frame rail damage right here where it bent this back, so therefore the headlight tab was pushed too far back, so I had to kind of hammer it back forward, so therefore the headlight is a little sunken in behind the hood. But it is what it is. As long as the car works, that's all that matters. clearance is definitely a lot better. And it's even more angle, actually. But like I said, what's stopping it from getting more angle on that side or turning to the left is that this is hitting this right there. So I might just disconnect it for now and then put it back on a little bit later. See what all runs to it. All right, so I'm gonna have to turn the car on because it's getting way too hard to turn. Need some power steer, man. See, there we go. Now that's max. When it turns about this far, that's full steering travel. Look at that. Insane. See, that is ridiculous. Now, I was getting nowhere near this during the event. Now, look at that. That just looks broken. See how this side looks. Man, that's crazy. And again, this is a dual arm setup. This isn't even single, it's dual arm. I do need to readjust these arm jumps on the remote control on this side because it keeps turning the wrong way for some reason. But other than that, my goodness. I'll probably take this off just for now. But look at that, man. Forklift right here.